As a recruiter in the United States, it is essential to familiarize yourself with certain regulations and laws that govern the recruitment process. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you 3 important US employment laws that every recruiter should know. If you are as excited as I am to learn about this and dive in, please consider supporting a fellow recruiter. Give us a like, subscribe, click that bell. It really means a lot. Immigration Reform and Control Act, the IRCA. The IRCA, signed into law in 1986, was enacted to address the issues of illegal immigration by prohibiting the employment of individuals who are not authorized to work in the United States or in job classifications they are not authorized to fill. Under the IRCA, employers are required to verify the identity and employment eligibility of their employees by completing the Form I-9. This form serves as a means of documenting that individuals hired for employment are authorized to work in the US. It is important to note that this form is applicable to all employees regardless of their citizenship status. Employers must retain the completed form for each employee and keep them on file for 3 years after the hire date or 1 year after employment is terminated, whichever is later. Non-compliance with the IRCA can lead to serious consequences for employers, including civil and criminal penalties. The penalties can range from fines to imprisonment depending on the severity and extent of the violations. Some of the actions that can lead to non-compliance include deliberately recruiting or hiring unauthorized immigrants, continuing to employ individuals unauthorized to work, failing to comply with Form I-9 verification requirements, engaging in document fraud, or engaging in unlawful discrimination against employment's authorized individuals. So for recruiters, non-compliance with the IRCA can have significant negative impacts on their reputation and career. It is essential for recruiters to be familiar with the IRCA and its requirements to ensure that they are making lawful and compliant hiring decisions. This includes verifying the employment eligibility of candidates, following proper procedures for completing the Form I-9, and avoiding any form of discrimination in the recruitment process based on an individual citizenship or immigration status. Recruiters should stay informed about any updated or changes to immigration laws and regulations to ensure ongoing compliance with the IRCA and to fulfill their responsibilities in hiring authorized and eligible workers. Seeking guidance from legal professionals or HR experts can also provide valuable support in navigating the complexities of immigration-related employment matters. To comply with the IRCA during the recruitment process, recruiters can really follow these key practices. Establish a policy. It is essential for recruiters, recruiting agencies, and HR departments to have a written policy that provides clear instructions on how to correctly fill out the I-9 form. This policy should be readily accessible to all employees, particularly in organizations with multiple office locations where HR may be centralized. Complete and verify the I-9 form. All U.S. employers must ensure that employees hiring for work in the U.S. complete the Forms I-9. Recruiters should familiarize themselves with the form and understand how to verify that it has been properly filled out. This includes ensuring employees provide acceptable documents to establish their identity and employment eligibility. Prevent discrimination. Recruiters should actively work to prevent any form of discrimination throughout the hiring process, particularly related to citizenship or immigration status. Here are some important steps to follow. Avoid asking questions about the country of citizenship or proof of immigration status during the candidate's interviews. Check for work authorization only after extending a job offer, avoiding decisions based on immigration status alone. Refrain from deliberately recruiting or hiring individuals who are not authorized to work in the US. By adhering to these practices, recruiters can ensure compliance with the IRCA, uphold fair treatment for all candidates, and prevent any potential discrimination based on immigration status. It's really important to stay informed about any updates or changes to immigration laws and regulations. Recruiters, they really should regularly seek updates, consult legal experts, and collaborate with HR professionals to ensure ongoing compliance with the IRCA and related requirements. Equal Pay Act, EPA. The EPA, enacted in 1963 as an amendment to the Fair Labor Standards Act, the FLSA, aims to prevent wage discrimination based on sex. The law applies to all forms of compensation, including salary, wages, overtime, bonuses, holiday pay, and expense reimbursements. Despite the EPA's enactment, a gender pay gap still exists between women and men. According to the U.S. Department of Labor, women who work full-time and year-round are paid an average of 83.7% as much as men, resulting in a difference of $10,000 per year. The Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, the EEOC, is responsible for enforcing this act. If an employer is found to have violated the act, the U.S. Department of Labor is authorized to enter and inspect businesses, examine records, gather data, and speak with employees as part of the investigation. It is important for employers to ensure compliance with the Equal Pay Act by providing equal pay for equal work. This means that individuals performing substantially similar job duties requiring equal skill, effort, and responsibilities should receive equal compensation. Employers should regularly review their pay practices, identify disparities, and take corrective actions to address wage gaps based on sex. Efforts to close the gender pay gap involve legal compliance and fostering workplace cultures that promote fairness and equality. Employers can implement transparent pay practices, conduct regular pay audits, provide training on equal pay, and proactively address any disparities to create a more equitable work environment. To further address the gender pay gap, additional legislative actions, public awareness, and organizational initiatives are really necessary to promote pay equity and gender equality in the workplace. Recruiters should have a thorough understanding of the Equal Pay Act and its implication on compensation strategies. Compliance with this law is crucial to ensure that candidates and employees are paid equally for similar types of work. There have been new laws and regulations implemented in recent years to address pay equity and equal pay for comparable work. These laws aim to eliminate gender-based wage disparities and promote fair compensation practices. So to comply with these laws and ensure equal pay, recruiters, they really should do the following: conduct pay equity analysis. Regularly review compensation structures and conduct analyses to identify any disparities based on gender or other protected characteristics. This can involve examining pay levels for comparable positions and ensuring that individuals in similar roles are receiving equitable compensation. Remove biases from compensation decisions. Take steps to minimize unconscious bias that can influence compensation decisions. Implement objective criteria and transparent processes for determining pay, such as usual job evaluations, market data, and performance metrics. Establish pay ranges and bands. Develop clear pay ranges or bands for specific roles and consider factors such as job responsibilities, required skills and experiences, and market benchmarks. This helps ensure consistency and fairness in compensation decisions. Document compensation practices. Maintain records of compensation decisions, including factors considered when determining pay. This documentation can serve as evidence of non-discriminatory practices and help demonstrate compliance in case of audits or legal inquiries. Stay informed about relevant laws. Keep up to date with changes in employment laws and regulations related to pay equity and equal pay. This includes understanding new legislation, court rulings, and guidance provided by regulatory agencies. Recruiters can be crucial in promoting pay equity and ensuring that candidates and employees are compensated fairly. In addition to legal compliance, fair and equal compensation practices contribute to attracting and retaining diverse talent, fostering a positive work environment, and enhancing the employee's reputation. Equal employment opportunity, EEO. The EEO regulations, as part of the Title VII of the Civil Rights Act, really aims to prevent discrimination in employment based on various protected characteristics such as race, color, national origin, religion, sex, including pregnancy, sexual orientation and gender identity, disability, age, and genetic information. Compliance with these laws is essential for employers and recruiters to ensure fair treatment and avoid potential lawsuits. There are several key practices that recruiters and hiring managers can adopt to comply with EEO laws. Apply consistent standards. When screening job applications, it is crucial to use the same criteria and standards for all candidates applying for the same position. This helps eliminate bias and ensures a fair evaluation process. Review job postings. Before advertising a job opening, carefully review the job description and posting to ensure it does not contain any biased language. The posting should provide equal opportunities for all individuals to apply without specifying preferences based on protective characteristics. Including an EEO statement in job postings is also important to emphasize the commitment to equal employment opportunity. Use inclusive language. To attract a diverse pool of candidates, use inclusive language in job descriptions that appeal to all potential applicants. Avoid using terminology that may deter certain individuals from applying. Avoid discriminatory interview questions. During the interview process, it is essential to refrain from asking questions that are inappropriate, biased, or directly related to protected characteristics. Examples of such questions include inquiries about disabilities, racial backgrounds, languages, spoken at home, or specific medications. Focus on job-related questions that assess the candidate's qualifications, skills, and experience. By adhering to EEO principles and practices, employers can really create a workplace environment that fosters respect, diversity, and inclusion. This in turn can lead to increased employee loyalty, engagement, and productivity. It's important for recruiters and hiring managers to really stay updated on EEOC guidelines and ensure their recruitment process aligns with these laws to provide equal opportunities for all individuals. It is important to note that these are just a few examples of the regulations and laws that impact the recruitment process in the US. As a recruiter, it is crucial to stay updated on applicable federal, state, and local laws to ensure compliance and fair practices throughout the recruitment and hiring process. Seeking legal advice or guidance from an HR professional can also be helpful in navigating the complexities of recruitment regulations. Well, I hope you enjoyed this, and please share with me in the comments below if you think there's any other ways recruiters can comply with these US employment laws. If you like this video and want to see more, please consider supporting a fellow recruiter. Give us a like, subscribe, click that bell, it really means a lot. And feel free to also follow me as I try my best to also post behind the scenes content daily. Thank you so much again, and we'll see you on the next one.